He could just not interact with me. I don't even want to see him. I wish he wasn't here. I just want him to leave me alone. Welcome to True Parenting. You know how in true crime documentaries they do dramatizations of real events and they're kind of cheesy, but they're also like you just can't get it. You're just like sucked into them. We are going to do our own cheesy but powerful reenactments of Alicia's interactions with our children. I'm going to play the role of our children with their consent. Alicia will be playing herself. It's the role she was born to play. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you both for taking responsibility and apologizing to the other person.
One of the problems was we weren't listening.
Yeah, I asked you guys to stop. So do you guys want this to repeat in the future?
No.
So what are some of your solutions? Bryson just gave one.
I don't know.
Okay, so Shayla, I know that Bryson has spent a lot of times over a lot of years being the more aggressive one, and you're not naturally as aggressive. And so you spend a lot of time not being aggressive. Now your solution is to be just as aggressive or even more aggressive than him. But then you get upset when he meets your aggression with his own. Do you think that's an accurate assessment?
Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from, and I understand why you're upset. You and Bryson have drastically different personalities, and he's naturally going to be more aggressive than you, and he's going to think it's fun, and it's teasing, and it's going to become not fun and not teasing much sooner for you.
When I start teasing him back, he just gets really offended.
Okay, let me finish. Bryson will always go bigger and meaner than you. He will always do that.
Not always. I've been trying. I've been working on it. But I feel like I'm being picked on, so I tease her. But I don't hurt her as much as she hurts me. And I just snapped this time.
Okay, so I don't think you can objectively say that you don't hurt her as much as she hurts you. The reality is, an eye for an eye, and the whole world goes blind. What does that mean?
Stupid saying. Stupid saying.
You don't have a solution. I don't want to hear the problems.
A tooth for a tooth, and the whole world can't eat.
That doesn't make any sense. People don't poke each other's tooths out, so what does that mean?
I know what it means.
I want to know what it means to you.
I just can't explain it.
We need to wrap up this conversation. I have somewhere to be. Are we not ready to talk about solutions yet? Because it seems like neither one of you are ready.
Okay, hang on. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking I'm ready.
You guys...
Oh, he's very smart.
You guys were arguing over who hurts the other person more. That's what you were arguing over. Is that a solution?
No.
Why is that not a solution?
Yes, because then everybody argues and it doesn't go anywhere.
Doesn't go anywhere. Everybody can only see the injustice in the way they have been treated. Yeah? Can they see the other person?
No.
Can you see the other person's point of view? Are you guys both figuratively blind?
I don't want to. Yes.
An eye for an eye and the whole world goes blind.
Okay, so the meaning is if everyone or you suddenly can't see what they did, then nothing happens. You just argue and get hurt? No. No.
You just focus on what the other person did, and you see nothing about what you did, and it doesn't fix anything. So if you guys want to roughhouse, you take the risk of crossing over into no longer playing and someone gets hurt. Bryson, do you want to play roughhouse?
I mean, sure. If she doesn't want to, that's fine. But at night, she'll come up to me. She'd be like, let's go fight. And then we fight in the family room.
Okay, Shayla, what solution do you have when it comes to disengaging with Bryson?
He could just not interact with me. I don't even want to see him. I wish he wasn't here. I just want him to leave me alone.
Okay, then you could disengage. You could ask for help. You could tell him to stop. I understand that, and I understand where you're coming from. The reality is Bryson isn't going to go away. This is your opportunity to learn to handle personalities like Bryson. Okay? Shayla, please come back here.
No.
Shayla, if you need to take a break, that is fine, but you don't get to just walk away.
Okay, I need to take a break.
Sure. How long do you want to take a break for?
I don't know. I don't want to talk.
We can take a break. We need to have a plan. You are the one choosing to take a break. What do you want that plan to look like?
I don't know!
Shayla, please come over here.
Ugh!
Do you need suggestions?
No!
I understand that you're upset, and it's okay to be upset. And I'm happy to help if you want help. Shayla, currently you are saying, I don't have a plan, and I don't want help making a plan.
Yes.
You can't do that. So you can go ahead and sit down until either we work this out or we have a plan. Go ahead and sit down. It's very apparent that you need a break. I need to know what the plan is. Are we taking a break for a certain amount of time? Are we checking in at a certain time to see if we're going to come back and have a conversation?
I don't want to have a conversation!
I understand you don't want to have a conversation, and I understand why.
Ugh!
The reality is this isn't going to go away, and so even though you don't like it, the best thing to do is to come back and have a conversation. Would you like me to check in with you in a half an hour or in an hour to see if we're ready to come back and talk?
An hour.
In an hour? Sounds like a plan.
Okay, I'll do my reading and writing and sort my clothes during that, okay?
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Oh man. Shayla and Bryson, not their real names, we changed their names for these videos, but Shayla and Bryson, cats and dogs. And when they get along, they're actually super chummy, but when they're not...
Yeah. They're complete opposite personalities, and because of that, they totally rub each other the wrong way. And I'm sure that's something that you guys can relate to, right? And if you aren't familiar with the way we talk about personalities and the labels we've given them, go watch our Marrying Your Opposite video or check out our personalities course on our membership site and we deep dive into it. But these healer and closer personality types, complete opposites. Thinkers and dreamers, complete opposites. They rub each other the wrong way. When you have them showing up in family systems, it becomes a delight, a delight. So a lot of our true parenting conflict videos
Are about those two.
Are about these two and the dynamics that we're working through. And if it takes you also their entire childhood to support them and hopefully have healthy conflict resolution, we are with you, we understand. So one thing I wanna say about what we show in these videos, they're remakes, they're fun. Sometimes we go for the flat effect. Sometimes we lean into the humor. It is not the only way to parent. It is a way that works for me, who is more structured and rigid.
And logic-based.
And logic-based,
yeah.
Right? But if you are somebody that's more naturally empathetic and understanding, and that shows up so much more for you, I love that. That is beautiful, right? It's all about creating the dynamic that works for you and your loved ones.
Well, we can all learn from each other, right? And that's the thing is, you've learned from me playfulness and kind or gentleness with children, but I've definitely learned from you this type of structure and this type of follow through, because they will eat me alive. If it's not playtime or cuddles, they do. And so we can learn from each other, right? So I love what you do here.
Well, and we live in a house full of closers, right? All of our kids are dominant or secondary closers, except for one child who is a thinker dreamer, and it looks a lot like a closer. So we have a lot of Indian chiefs at our house. And it is exhausting, right? And our life is full with 5 kids and multiple businesses. And so a lot of times when I'm doing this with them, I'm been interrupted. I'm behind on a schedule. Like, I'm exhausted, right? And I am doing my best to show up as a parent who is present and showing love, but also keeping the structure that they need to work things out for themselves.
Yeah.
Because what I don't want to do is be a referee. Right?
Yeah.
At this point, I am a type of mediator, but I don't want to be a mediator forever. So I could sit them down and I could, 1, either chew them out, or 2, I could tell them everything they're doing wrong and give them all the logical and behavioral science reasons for why they're being ridiculous, right? And so often we can see that so clearly as parents. But in reality, what we're trying to get them to learn is accountability and self-discipline to some extent, right? And to work these things out on their own. And so that is what I am mediating. Opposite personalities comes up, and then we talk about the concept of when we focus on the other person, we can't see ourselves and how we're showing up.
Yeah.
And so often in conflict, we also objectify the other person. So they're not a person anymore, they're an object or
an obstacle.
Yeah, they're an object or an obstacle, or they're the thing that is hurting us, and we dehumanize them, right? And so trying to get them to see the humanness in the other person, even if they have opposite strengths and weaknesses, because that's what's playing out, right? And there are times in conflict, our anger is justified. Like, it is justifiable that Shayla feels hurt by Bryson.
Yeah.
He does a lot of inconsiderate things. Like, I can say that. And after years and years of that happening, she feels hurt and like he doesn't care, right? And his personality type, it's like water off a duck's back. Like, he doesn't care. The conflict, and it's not that he doesn't care, but he doesn't hold on to things.
Yeah.
The conflict happens, it's volcanic, 5 minutes later he's fine. And for a closer personality, that's true. For a healer personality, it is absolutely not true. And so helping him become more aware of her needs and to be considerate that even if something doesn't matter to him, it matters to her, and he's going to make an effort to care because he cares about her.
Yes, because it's all about perspective taking. I mean, we all generally want people to be more like us. If we're sensitive and tender-hearted, we want other people to be kind and considerate. Whereas if we're closers and we're driven and motivated, we want others to be more thick-skinned and not be so sensitive and not take things so personally.
Right.
What we need,
get the job done.
And get the job done.
Move on.
And what we need to do is understand each other better and learn from one another and adjust accordingly. And that's how we get it done.
And so this is our attempt at teaching our children emotional intelligence and maturity from the time they're kids, right? Mm-hmm. We'll let you know how it goes in another decade.
Do you have children who clash because of opposing personalities or for other reasons? Let us know in the comments below if what we did was helpful, what was helpful, or what it is that you do that works, because we want to learn from you as well.
Or did you clash with one of your siblings, and what did that look like?
Mm-hmm. If you enjoyed this, there's a whole True Parenting playlist that's going to pop up here at the end. Please check that out. Until next time, folks, keep shining because we need your light.